Hey guys, so this is a creative analysis of a documentary film called Free Solo. So in this film, I plan to explore the purposeful of camera movement, the beauty of the character act that helps us get to know Alex, and lastly, the in-depth beauty of the documentary structure using the 3-act structures. Firstly, we will talk about the camera movement. The cinematography in this film is very amazing, and they did a great job by giving us most powerful shots to explore certain events and by making us feel some sort of emotions. I can say the camera movement is very purposeful in this film. For instance, they used extreme wide shots to introduce us to the location, and also there is somewhere where they used an extreme wide shot where Alex will look extremely tiny and the mountain looking extremely huge. This made us fear his whole journey of climbing mountains without ropes. Personally, it made me raise question of why he is doing this. The whole film, I was at the edge of my seat asking myself why he chose to do this as a sport. Throughout his journey of him climbing mountains, continuously we get cutaways of his hands showing how he grips on the tiny rocks on the mountains and how he holds to the tiny cracks of the mountains. This gave us a level of emotions whereby we ask ourselves how he does that. We only see his fingertips fitting in the cracks. We see his feet and how it clings to the mountain. We get an understanding of how difficult climbing a mountain is, and we tend to ask ourselves if he is going to make it or fall. The cutaways here make us feel like we are part of the film. We get emotionally attached. They also create some tensions. High angle shots were also used, and he looks inferior on the mountain. And I think the great job here is how they found great cinematographers who are also professional climbers to capture him in the moment. I think the shaking of the camera is also purposeful, and it also gets us as viewers worried that what if the cameraman falls, or what if the camera just falls? What is it that is going to happen once the camera falls, and what is going to happen if the cameraman falls? The cinematography was very purposeful. I love how they moved from Alex climbing the mountains and then they turn to the crew on how they react to him climbing. This raises viewers' emotion and makes them relate to how the crew feels about Alex. Alex is emotionally detached throughout the film. He doesn't care. When the camera turns to the crew, we actually get emotionally attached, and we get to actually see how the crew feels, and we can relate to how they feel about Alex climbing the mountain. Now we move to character arc. We got a great idea of who Alex is. We got introduced to him, and we get to understand that he is a very weird, interesting person and an extreme risk taker who only cares about himself and believes he has to serve his purpose. He changes throughout the film, and we see him grow and change into the person that's more considerative and include his girlfriend in some of his plans. Even though he does what he wants, he tries including her and tries to feel some sort of sympathy. He sympathizes with her. He even goes with her to mountain climbing. So basically, we get to know how Alex feels about the girl and the growth that it actually takes us with the growth that so basically we understand the growth of Alex through the girlfriend and also the friends that he has. We also see Alex actually moving in from living alone. We also see Alex from living alone in a van to moving in with his girlfriend in a van, and also when they were going to and also when they were going to check an apartment together. Alex was more of an isolated person, but we see him grow being around family and friends. We also see him grow being around his girlfriend. We get to understand him more and his growth through the documentary. We're now going to focus on the three act structures, looking at Act 1, Act 2, and Act 3. The three act structure in this documentary is extremely in depth. In Act 1, we see Alex as a weird person who is a risk taker. Obviously, being a climber comes with risk, and Alex says climbing gives him life. He even mentions that we live every day knowing we're gonna die one day, so at least die doing what you love. He grew up not having hobbies. Alex starts reading books about climbers and joins a group in the community where he climbs for 3 hours a day, 6 days a week. So, in our inciting incidents, Alex gets to struggle as he climbs the mountain. Firstly, we see him get injured on his leg while climbing with his girlfriend, and that quite made him do less on climbing. But he did not stop and never gave up. He trusted that he can do this even when he is in pain. In Act 2, we see Alex going on a brain check on a In Act 2, we see Alex going on a brain checkup to In Act 2, we see Alex going on a brain checkup to the in okay. In Act 2, we see Alex going on a brain checkup. It appears that Alex does not have an activation in amygdala. He does not get stimulated by things that stimulate a lot of us. This makes us understand why he is so emotionally detached. On the documentary, we also see all pictures of Alex and he mentioning that growing up he was a shy kid and he never got used to the word I love you. So through his healing journey, we also see Alex climbing the mountain that he continuously climbed back then. Through his healing journey, we see Alex going back to the community center where he used to climb, and we see him trying so hard to climb. We also see him trying to climb El Cap Mountain multiple times with a rope on, but he falls continuously. On the climax, we see on the climax, one day we see Alex waking up, preparing to go climb the El Cap mountain again. As he was about to, we see him turning back, going back to his place. And on the climax, one day we see Alex waking up, preparing to go to climb El Cap mountain again. As he was about to, we see him turning back and going back to where he stays. And he says he'll try some other time. This makes viewers very happy because this makes us viewers very happy because it was very dangerous for him to. This makes viewers very happy because we believe it was very dangerous of him doing that because we saw him trying to climb El Cap mountain multiple of times but failing. So him turning back, it actually makes us feel okay, and it actually makes us breathe a moment in the it actually makes us breathe for a moment in the documentary. Act 3, we see Alex's girlfriend waking Alex so he can prepare for a mountain climb, even though we know that Alex is going to survive at the end. But this right here gave viewers some sort of, what if they see each other for the last time? What if Alex dies? We see Alex climbing and pushing as hard as he can. And the crew helps us understand how far he is by telling us the meters he climbed. Finally, we see Alex reaching the boulder problem where he was failing to pass. He waits for some time, breathing heavily, and it makes us viewers uncomfortable because we believe that He is going to fall because he tried this several times but fails. Finally, he passed that, and we see him at the peak of the mountain. This made everyone in the documentary happy. And also, it made viewers happy to see him at the peak of the mountain. We see Alex calling his girlfriend and finally telling her that he loves her for the first time in the documentary. Personally, I love this documentary. It made me be at the edge of my seat. At some point, I was holding my breath for Alex. Most time I ask myself, why? Why would he choose to do this? But as I watched the documentary, I got to understand that he feels mostly alive when he is climbing mountains. I love how uncomfortable it made me feel, but mostly I love that Alex made it and he is alive. Also, if there's anyone who would, and also I like how he pushed himself to do what he believes he can do.